Hi guys, Selena Walker here, naturopath and nutritionist living deep in nature here at Ysbryd y Coed, Spirit of the Trees. And today I'm down by my Californian poppy patch. And this is the first year I've grown it here. So I'm very excited about it, and I'm about to make a tincture, and I thought I would show you guys what I'm doing. Now, Californian poppy comes from California, a bit of a clue there in the title. And here in the UK, it grows more as an annual. Once we're in our polytunnel, I'm going to try and keep it going as a perennial as it naturally would and see how that goes. But it grows really easily. In fact, this got completely eaten by the slugs to the point where I didn't even know where it was, and it just bounced back. So it's a bit late really to have Californian poppy and to be making a tincture, but these flowers and the plant is acting like it's the middle of summer, and the colour of this just brings that joy to you because she reminds you of summer. So I want to get you guys excited about Californian poppy and hopefully get you planting Californian poppy in your garden next year, because she's such an easy one to have. So with Californian poppy, I am going to be making a tincture, and I'm going to be using all parts. So what I'm going to do, I'll start harvesting some as I chat to you guys. So I'm going to be harvesting all parts of her, so I can simply just grab it, and I'm obviously checking to see if there's any yellowing of the leaves. But you'll notice that when you grow Californian poppy, she tends to grow with, some of her will be in flower, some of her will be going to seed, some of her will be in bud. And the great thing about putting all of that into your tincture or your herbal medicine is going to make sure that you've got all parts for medicine, and always double check you're not getting anything else in as you're cutting. So you can see I'm cutting, but I am checking things as I'm cutting away. There we go. Don't want to miss a little petal there. Get it all in. So why do we want to use Californian poppy? Well, Californian poppy is classed as a nervine. And you might have heard of opium poppy. Most people have heard of opium poppy. Well, Californian poppy, while she doesn't contain opiates, she does manage to hook on to the morphine receptors in our body. Now, Candice Pert discovered the morphine receptors, and anything that hooks on to the morphine receptors has a similar feeling to opium, but Californian poppy doesn't contain the opioids. But because she has that action that hooks on to the morphine receptors, she almost fools our brain to some degree that there's opioids in our body. And I'm not saying to the degree where it's going to feel like that, but what she does do is gives your body that beautiful relaxing and pain relief that you can get from her. And that is why she comes under the nervine category. So I would tend to go to Californian poppy if I was looking for relief from a headache, or if I had bowel pain from a lot of tension and anxiety, again just general anxiety. If you're suffering from kind of overdose of really adrenaline and cortisol flood in your system, you just need to calm down. Maybe if you can't sleep, that can be another good reason to go to her. But anything where you feel that the body just needs to take a chill pill, basically, relax and chill out, then Californian poppy is where you want to go. And just looking at her just makes me smile, so I know she's going to give me a delicious internal smile in the body. So I'm going to start chopping this and putting her into a jar to make a tincture, and then I'll do this right here in front of you, because then I can just simply get more. So I'm going to sit down here very gently, and hopefully the whole thing isn't going to collapse, because this is our future soft fruit patch, so it's in production. So you see, I've just simply chopped some Californian poppy. I've got a jar here, and all I'm going to do now is chop her up and put her in. So the easiest way to do this is for me to actually chop her up a bit in here. Now, I'm not going to pulverise her. I'm not going to blitz her up. I'm just going to be cutting her up, so there's more surface area to get to the alcohol, and also you can fit more in the jar this way. So let's see. Ooh, Trust me, the first one I pull out is one that escaped the scissors. Right, let's go. Now you can also, as you grab in handfuls, just chop them a bit more. That's why I always do this over a bowl, because it's easier then, isn't it? Now obviously it's even easier to do this in your kitchen, but I wanted to do this here so I can then simply cut more. So I'm just putting her in, and you can see is a good mixture, hopefully you can see in the camera there, of the green and the flowers. So the main thing with Californian poppy is if you've got a latex allergy, don't use her because she is full of latex. And that is one of the reasons why you want to do a fresh tincture, to make sure you've got the latex qualities in there where a lot of the medicine is. So if you're allergic to latex, I mean, if you've got a slight allergy, it's totally up to you how you feel, whether you want to try her gently because you might have just got an allergy to certain kinds of latex, but my advice would be not to go to her. There's plenty of other plants you could go to for similar actions. Now I'm going to squish that down a bit. You don't want to get your jar completely packed, because if it's completely packed, then what will happen, not much alcohol will be able to get in there, and also it's hard for the alcohol to get through. But you can see I've got a bit of a gap there, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to simply cut a bit more and put a bit more in there. Ooh, just drop the alcohol over. So I'm just simply cutting a bit more, trying again to get a good balance of petals and the leaves. That's a good bunch there, isn't it? That should do it then. There we go. Okay, so just retrieve the alcohol. There we go. Probably getting a nice view of my bum there. Okay, so back to it. Right. Chop, chop, chop. Now the other thing I think it's good to realise is, you know, women, well, and men have been making herbalism this way for years. And I'm going to do a whole video talking about strength of tinctures because it's something that I'm quite passionate about. So what I'm going to do is just put this in here. But what I was talking about with the strength of tinctures is there's a lot of hoo-ha about how much ratio you're putting in for plant to alcohol. And yes, it could change the strength, but there's a whole host of other interactions going on there. It's not simple like it is in the pharmaceutical world. We are talking about a plant here, and a plant can't be judged in the same way. So give her a bit of a squish. I reckon a little bit more and that's going to be good. So I'm going to very gently come off the bit of wood this time and grab another couple of handfuls. I'm going to try and leave some here. Not that I'm going to get them all because there's quite a lot here. Because I want to leave some for the bees, and also it just makes me smile when I come down to the garden. Okay, so last load and then the alcohol. Oh, so nice to actually do this as well outside in nature. So if you're growing this yourself, I really invite you to do this outside and get the energy of the sun into your tinctures. So I'm just topping this up now. Look at those colours, the mixture of the orange and the green. It just looks absolutely amazing. I mean, that's healing in itself just looking at that. So we're going to be pouring alcohol on here, and then I'm going to leave it brew for about 6 to 8 weeks to really let it settle. So now it's time to add the alcohol. So what I've got here is I've got some Welsh vodka from the Brecon Distillery, Penderyn Distillery, and I use this one because it's been filtered so well. It's really natural. Now lots of people again get hung up on the percentage of alcohol. Now a lot of plants have water qualities and oil qualities, and that's why you're using alcohol to pull it out. But for lots of the tinctures that I make, I can simply make just with vodka. Now this vodka is 43%. Anything between about 40 or 50% is good. And you can just buy that in the shops. You don't have to be registered. You can just use pure vodka. And all you're doing is you're filling that right up to the top. And as you fill it up to the top, you will start to see some bubbles rising as the vodka is making its way through. And you might just want to give it a check after a day to make sure that the vodka has not dropped down as it's made its way through all the air bubbles, or you could just give her a bit of a tilt and see all the bubbles rise to the top, and then just open her gently and make sure, yep, the alcohol is still there. So all I'm going to do now is store that somewhere away from direct sunlight, somewhere that's not too hot, and leave her sit for 6 to 8 weeks. And it's that simple how you can make a tincture from Californian poppy. So hopefully that has inspired you to get growing Californian poppy in your garden, whether as an annual or perennial, depending on where you're living. I mean, she even survived the slug attack here in Wales. She's great for droughts and for anywhere that gets strong heat. So I would say just give her a go wherever you're at. And let's be fair, who doesn't need her medicine these days? She's a lovely gentle energy and a gentle medicine, and a great one to start with in your herbal medicine journey. So if you've enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. It really helps get this wisdom out there to others. And if you want to connect more, you can head on over to my website, selinawalker.earth, and sign up to my free newsletter, where you'll get hints, tips and news from me about creating a healthy body, a healthy mind and a healthy planet. I'll see you guys soon.